Winning a second straight state title is certainly at the forefront of their mind. We talk a lot about Braden and Cole Chapman, and for good reason, but there's also a lot of other depth on this team. All 5 of their starters average double digits per game. It was actually a pretty close game for most of the first half. Shady led by just 2 points about 3 minutes before the break, but that's when things started really clicking for the Tigers.
We all know how much I love baseball, so very excited for that. Hopefully the weather holds out. Jacob, how are things going to look here at home? Bluefield and Wyoming East are 2 of the top teams in Class AA in nearly every sport, so the rivalry between them is pretty strong. On Thursday, tensions were high with a lot on the line. Yeah, you know, I've seen Oak Hill play a lot this season, and this is by far the best they have looked. They were clicking on all cylinders. Jacob Perdue, Ethan Vargo Thomas, Omar Lewis, all with really great performances.
315 days ago, Shady Spring defeated Wheeling Central in the AAA state championship game to give the Tigers their first state title in school history. Tonight, they are back in the championship game as they face Fairmont Senior in the hopes of winning a second straight state title.
It is an exciting week for 5 area basketball teams as they compete in the boys state basketball tournament.
Then you move on to that regional co-final against Herbert Hoover, and you guys were in control from the very start of that game. You held them to only 9 points in the first half. What was working so well for you guys defensively in that game?
The loser is not done yet, but it's obviously a much tougher road. So how did these 2 teams get here? Let's take a look. You beat the #1 team in the state. How does it feel?
We're the #1 team in the state. We felt that all season.
And they're able to hang in for most of the game. They almost win that game. Oklahoma fans were chanting to bring in their freshman backup quarterback over Spencer Rattler. And yeah, the Mountaineers do lose that game, but you're going 2-2 on the season so far. But there are a lot of small victories on the season. The Shady Spring Tigers upset Independence baseball just 2 days ago. But you had to know that a team as talented as the Patriots would be able to bounce back.
But again, they have to make it past St. Joe tonight in order to advance to that title game.
Not the season they had hoped for, but hey, it could be worse. You could be a Jets fan like me. See, I don't know about you, but that might be the grossest thing I've seen in all of 2021. If that were me, I would have just tried to lose that game. But congrats, I guess, to Shane Beamer and the Gamecocks. That does it for sports. We'll be right back. Happy Saturday, Southern West Virginia. Time now for a look at sports. It was a packed house at the Shady Spring Zoo this afternoon as the 2 top teams in Class AAA battled it out. #1 Logan traveling to Shady to face the Tigers. So who would come out on top? Let's find out. Shady up 18-11 after 1 and 22-19 at the half. Third quarter, Cole Chapman finds Cameron Manns on the left side. He drains the corner 3 and sets a spark for the Tigers offense. Few minutes later, Jackson Kogar's shot is swatted away by Jaden Holstein. Braden Chapman takes the ball, sends a long pass to Amor Maxwell, who makes the close-range basket, and Shady is hyped. Wildcats looking to keep the game in reach. Scotty Browning attempts the jumper, but Jackson Tackett recovers and makes the putback. Then a familiar story for Logan. Browning goes for 2, no good, but Kogar takes the board and the bucket, but the Tigers still lead by double digits. Moving to the fourth quarter, Cole Chapman connects with Holstein, who makes the basket as he falls to the ground. Nothing stopping Shady right now. Logan with some last-ditch efforts. Aiden Slack dials up a 3 from the left wing and connects. Shady trying to close things out. Manns finds Sam Jordan, who adds another 2. The Tigers take down #1 Logan 69-50 at home in what can only be categorized as their biggest win of the season. Week 2 of states may be all about the boys, but last week was all about the ladies, and 4 area teams punched their ticket to Charleston. Let's take a look back at their journeys.
Last week, 4 area teams competed in the 2022 State Girls Basketball Tournament. Riverview made their 2nd consecutive appearance in the tournament, while Summers County was making their first appearance since 2020. Both teams lost in the quarterfinals. Wyoming East defeated Charleston Catholic in the AA quarterfinals, then cruised to a 54-34 victory over St. Mary's in the semifinals. That win sent the Lady Warriors to their 5th championship game appearance in 7 years.
I mean, the atmosphere here is much different than playing on like a home court. We know it's going to be fun, it's going to be loud. We have to talk, we have to listen. You have to play your game.
In Class AAA, Pikeview won their quarterfinal in thrilling fashion. After trailing Nitro for most of the contest, the Lady Panthers ousted the defending state champions in overtime. But their semifinal contest was a tough matchup against Fairmont Senior. The Lady Panthers fought the entire 32 minutes, ultimately falling to the Polar Bears 58-39.
I mean, it's obviously not the outcome we wanted, but I don't think we can question any of our kids' heart tonight. You know, we're overmatched in every position out there on the court. We didn't lose by 60, 50, and we didn't lose by 20. These kids fought to the end, and they never gave up.
I think we got Pikeview a name in the state because we did something no one else has done. I mean, except the 2 years ago when COVID shut it down. But when Hannah went out, like a piece of me went with her.
On Saturday, Wyoming East was seeking their second straight state title. However, the Parkersburg Catholic offense proved to be too potent for the Lady Warriors. They finish as the 2022 Class AA runners-up.
Really, words can't describe how proud I am of this team this year. I'm so proud of this crew for getting back to this point. You know, Willie, I'm so proud of Hannah for being our only senior, and she's had a lot of ups and downs throughout her career medically, and she hung in there with us and fought hard.
I mean, I've been blessed to be on both sides of this. You know, it's just part of it. It's a game. There's more to life than basketball, but, you know, outside of ball, it's just more about the relationship I have with the team and the girls and Ange. And, you know, this past 4 years, I've given this program everything I got.
Kaylee Bain, Madison Clark, and Hannah Blankenship were all named to the All-Tournament team, as was Pikeview's Hannah Purdue. In Charleston, Samantha Casano, Newswatch Sports. You can be a dirtbagger, a bulldog, a rat, or a rock. For Greenbrier East Baseball, it's figuring out which one you are and how you can contribute to the team.
It's just about the mental game. Big focus on being present moment, believing in yourselves, executing the play that's in front of you, and doing your job to help the team out.
It seems like the Spartans are catching on to that idea. Since implementing that mentality, they've won 4 in a row. One of those meant a little more.
I pitched in the first Oak Hill game last year, and we lost that one, obviously, so that was kind of a big, and I didn't pitch in the first one. And it kind of killed me watching it from first base. I was glad I could go in the second game and shut them down.
Jake Roshow's 6 innings and 9 strikeouts propelled the Spartans to an 11-0 win over the Red Devils on Friday.
I had to keep it down the zone because that's all they were calling, so keeping it down the zone and blowing it by him is all I'd run on.
But he's not the only one who shoved on the mound last week. Darius Boswell threw 6 innings against both James Monroe and George Washington. He allowed just 3 runs all week.
We pitched pretty good all night. Didn't have very many walks. They started me, and I went to like the 6th inning.
The junior gets a little uncomfortable talking about his own success, but he's certainly not shy raving about his teammates.
The last pitcher that they had loaded the bases by walks, and then Chris Easter over there ended up hitting a walk-off to win the game.
That key pitch for Easter came on a 3-2 count.
He threw me a pitch I really wanted. My eyes got big, and I just did what I had to do and got the double that needed to win the game.
People say it's not about how you start, but rather how you finish. The Spartans are hoping that's the case as they enter the final weeks of the regular season. In Fairleigh, Samantha Casano, Newswatch Sports. Win every quarter. That's the mentality for the Wyoming East Lady Warriors. And for the past couple of years, they have won a lot of quarters. Senior Hannah Blankenship is a big part of that.
You know, I try to focus hard on rebounding because, you know, I know rebounding and defense wins championships. You know, that's something that Coach preaches to us.
Blankenship would know what it's like to win a state championship. Just a year ago, she was helping cut down the net after bringing the AA state title back to New Richmond.
In the state championship game, she hit some good key threes for us, and this year she's been playing really well.
This season has been much of the same. The Lady Warriors went 13-3 in the regular season, and Blankenship's play has only gotten better.
We've been making plays to create her shots. When she's been hit, and we make sure to give her the ball because we know that she's going to score. She's our best shooter.
The senior has scored double digits in 5 of her last 6 games. Last week's test was against a solid Summers County team in the sectional title game. Blankenship scored a season-high 23 points.
Well, they were playing us in a zone, and my teammates was, swinging the ball around the horn and getting me open looks. So all credit to them for feeding me the ball.
But her strengths both on and off the court have been a long time coming. No one knows that better than her coach, Angie Boncini.
I've been involved with Hannah. She played for me with 4th through 6th grade ball. She's really evolved defensively for us this year. She settled into a good team leader. I'm really proud of her.
The Lady Warriors are set to host Chapmanville in a regional matchup on Thursday. They are now just 4 games away from a 2nd consecutive state title.
We're just not looking past Chapmanville, but it would be really sweet because these girls have really worked hard in the off-season and put in the time and effort. And, you know, Hannah's our only senior. It'd be nice if she went out with another state championship.
And Blankenship could think of no better way to end her high school career.
I mean, it would mean everything, you know. That's just like something you dream about as a little kid. But still, yeah, if it doesn't happen, I've been blessed with a great career and great coaches.
In New Richmond, Samantha Casano, Newswatch Sports.